What's up, everybody? This is your boy Venom back to give you another video. Another quarantine video. Which really, honestly, considering what's going on lately, I don't really know if I should continue doing these videos, honestly. I'm sure everybody knows what's going on. I'm not going to get into it. Nobody really wants to hear my opinion of the situation because all I'm going to do is stir up trouble. So I'm going to stay out of that one. I'm actually out here cutting my lawn. Like my first ever Slipknot shirt. Look at that. It's been through the ringer. Damn it. People keep texting me. Anyways, guys, quarantine update. What can I say? There ain't really nothing to say other than what you already know. I do want to show you guys this, though. I have a bird's nest right here. Let's see. Right on top of that. And I come out here and I'm doing my work. And then I look in front of the garage door. And I find this. You see it? Isn't that sad, man? I mean, most people are like, it's just a fucking bird, man. But it's sad. It's just still a baby. He hasn't even seen life yet. It actually made me hurt a little bit seeing that. You know, considering everything else going on in the world. Everybody's like, oh, you're worried about a bird? Fuck yeah, I'm worried about a bird. I ain't worried about people causing chaos and trying to start a revolution. Well, I mean, I do care, but that's for that's for a whole nother story. We're not going to get into this. All I can say about all of that is it's definitely a good watch. I sat there for 2 days watching all this riot stuff going on. People are like, oh, it's not a riot, it's a protest. No, it's a riot. Call it like it is. That's what it is. But like I said, I'm not going to get into that because I'm just going to get myself in trouble with everybody, and everybody's going to get mad at me. So for once, I'm not going to speak my opinion about the whole thing. I think I've said enough on my own. Quarantine update. Well, I mean, we are still on lockdown, technically. But that's not stopping anybody, obviously. Nobody listens. You know, in my last video I mentioned about all the people coming up and doing their thing, acting like it's just a big holiday and nothing serious is going on in the world. You know, it just got worse after that video. 10 times worse, actually. Things were really, really crazy for about a week. I mean, everybody was everywhere. And then, of course, my mother, she lives on a private road, okay? And there's like a bridge, culvert thing. I don't even know what you would want to call it. It's more like a bridge. But basically, over the wintertime, the bridge was damaged. And, you know, all the snow melting, it just washed everything away. It's not concrete. It's dirt. 2-track. If you don't know what that is, get out of the city. Anyways, you know, I had worked on it several times, okay? I ended up raising the road 3 or 4 inches, laying out a line of rocks on the sides to build up the borders so the water wouldn't rush over the road again and wash it out. I put a lot of work into it. We're talking like 4 different times I've had to go back out there and fix it up. But I wasn't done every time. And, of course, you know, people are going to drive on it, even though it's a private road, and they shouldn't be, but they do it. But you can't avoid that. But what you can't avoid is dumb dipshits that go back down there and destroy my work. And that goes along with what I was saying about the, as I call them, the Flatlanders, because that's what they are. They're a bunch of cockroaches that come up in our towns and they take over and they think they can do anything they want. Anything. There is no rules to these people. You know, and I mentioned in my last video about the thousands and thousands of trails we have around here for these ORV riders and stuff. I'm not against people hitting the trails, man. I do it. Well, I don't do it anymore, but I used to do it all the time. But what you don't do is you go on people's private roads and you destroy them repeatedly and don't do anything about it. It's a really big slap to the face. People know I was down there working. especially that people, they have, there's a few cabins down that way. So they know I've worked on the road several times. And I go over there yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. And the whole road is washed out. I mean, we're talking like somebody went down there. It must have been with a shovel, is my guess, and dug a big trench from one end of the road to the other and took about half the rocks I laid out, which were a lot. We're not talking like little rocks. We're talking big rocks, big boulders, stuff that you shouldn't be picking up on your own unless you're an asshole like me. So now I have to go back down there and do it again. And I would lay concrete down, but it just costs so much money, especially in that area. It's just a lot to cover. But it just goes to show you the way people, the way they are, they don't care. It goes along with current events. You know, people just don't care anymore. And that goes along with the main point of this whole video, the coronavirus. I am going to say one thing about these current events. With the protests, riots, whatever you want to call them, all these people clustering together like this, the mass amounts of people, this shit is about to get way overboard. It's going to be worse than it's ever been. If it isn't, I'll be shocked. Most people are like, oh, it's so overplayed, and you know, the government and the news media, they're just making this big thing that it's not. And I even got in a couple arguments with a few friends about how they think that it's all fabricated. And I'm like, no, it's not fabricated. For one, I've had somebody in my family die of this shit. You know, yeah, it might be a little bit overblown a little bit, but not as much as people think. You just got to read between the lines, guys. I mean, come on. It's not so cut and dry. It's not one or the other. Sometimes it's in the middle. You see what I'm saying? But people they don't want to see the truth. They just want to make shit up. They want to fabricate their world into what they see fit. And that's unfortunate about our times nowadays. People are just too unrealistic. They're too fake. You know, I keep going back to this riot stuff because it really does bother me. It hurts me to see the chaos that people are causing over just dumb things. You know, they use a serious event as an excuse to cause as much mayhem as possible. And then these people, I was watching last night, they were interviewed about some of these people that were causing destruction, and they were all for it. Oh, we got to make our point. Got to make your point by destroying your towns. Wow, that's a really good point. They don't seem to think of the long run situation of this. When it is over, if it ends, if it doesn't get worse, the backlash is going to be so bad from all of this. I mean, maybe not where I'm at, but, you know, in certain areas like the justice system, they are going to crack down so hard on people. People don't seem to realize. They think they're breaking through and they're making a statement and they're going to change things. But what people don't seem to understand is this shit has been going on for a long time. Which some do kind of understand that, but not to the full extent of what is going on. Yeah, now this is a pretty serious situation we are sitting in our country right now. And, you know, me and one of my best friends had a discussion about this, and I may have mentioned it in one of my videos as well, about we felt like something big was on the horizon other than the coronavirus, and we were right, was this. Now, this might fizzle out, I don't know, but it seems like it's getting worse every day. I don't know. I can't have the answers for you, but you know, people need to stop acting so stupid about things. But, you know, unfortunately, that's just the society we live in. People are going to continue to lash out. People are going to continue to come up with dumb excuses to cause mayhem. Whether it's destroying buildings or hurting people's lives. It doesn't matter. It's all the fucking same. You know, another thing is, you know, even with this riot stuff going on. Even before this shit was already going on. You know, and I just keep going back to the fact that people think that all this chaos is going to change something in a positive way. Maybe it will in the long run, but we're not going to see it for a long time. That's what people don't understand. Our leaders don't give a shit. It's pretty obvious at this point. maybe like the mayors or the governors, they might care because they're seeing their cities getting destroyed and they're very upset about it. I would be too. I'd be pissed. But, you know, the higher-ups is the problem. They're allowing this to go down this way. Yeah, they're trying to get control, and other people are going to be like, oh, well, you know, they're trying their best. Yeah, maybe they are. Maybe they're not. Who knows? All I can tell you guys is the world is plunged into complete fucking chaos lately. Look at them clouds. Wow. I say chaos, and then I look at clouds. Isn't that beautiful, guys? Look at that. Amazing. Amazing day out. Look, you know, I don't want to seem too negative. I really don't. But things have to change or the world is just going to go up in smoke here soon. And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that might be the way it's looking. The way things have been going and we'll say the last 2 years really. And things have picked up so much momentum and it doesn't seem to be wanting to slow down. Like, what's the next big thing that's going to happen? That's what I'm wondering. You know, I don't know if anybody even knows this with all this other crap going on. You know, they launched a missile to space yesterday. That was amazing. You know, I'm not much for space stuff. You know, honestly, the thought of space kind of freaks me out. But just the fact that we got to see it in our lifetime was pretty cool. You know, I had my son on my lap. He got to see it. It was a pretty amazing thing. And I was proud of the country for doing something like that in such a serious time in the country. You know, I was really proud of the country for trying to pull people away from the seriousness of what was going on. Maybe it was a distraction, but we needed it. Unfortunately, it didn't work. We're going to have to do something even bigger to really get people to get back on track. Because nowadays, people just don't care anymore. I mean, and honestly, I do not blame them. I do not blame people for being frustrated with the way the world works and how things just don't seem fair and so on and so forth and blah, 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 blah. But that is life, ladies and gentlemen. It is never going to get any better. It's never going to get any easier. You have to accept it. Life is hard. Fight back. You gotta roll with the punches that you get. You know what I'm saying? Life is never going to be easy for anybody. Unless you're, you know, rich and famous and you got billions and billions of dollars. But even then, you're not happy. You're not fucking satisfied. People need to calm down. Anyways, guys, I know I didn't really talk too much about the coronavirus today. But, you know, there isn't really much more I can tell you guys other than that. You know, things have been distracted from this virus situation because of everything else that's going on. So hopefully in my next video I will be telling you guys some better news. But right now it's all bad. And I wanted to, you know, give you guys a little bit of a video, let you know I'm still around. Just been still trying to recover, actually. Might as well tell you guys this little behind the scenes for you. I usually don't break character, but I have to tell you guys this. My last video, what the hell was it? I don't even remember the name. The long one. The one that was almost 20 minutes long. My latest wrestling promo video. I was actually working with damaged ribs. I had a little bike incident last week. And I have literally not been able to do anything. I've been laid up, literally. So it's been bad. And I'm still healing. I mean, look, I'll even show you. I've been holding my side because it's hard to breathe sometimes, you know. But I did that whole series of videos with this injury. You can't tell. You can't tell. But I was in that was just a few days ago, and I was in so much pain at that point, but I knew I had to get it done. I had to fight through the pain, and I did it for you. And of course, I wanted to do it, but you know, it was more for you guys than me. Maybe it was a little more for me, but still, you know, whatever, who cares? Anyways, guys, I just wanted to drop you a little bit of tidbits here and there, and stay tuned for the next series of events. Been talking with Venom, the other one. We're going for a little trip. That's all I can say. Stay tuned for that. All right, guys. I love you. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, give me some feedback. Stay safe out there. Try to stay out of this chaos. Just you might feel like an outsider looking in, but that's the way it's got to be. Don't be a part of this. Sometimes I feel like the world does need a system restart, but I don't want to see it happen with my own eyes, because that's just awful. So many lives are being destroyed, businesses, just so many different things are going on right now. It's really an awful thing, and most people are looking at this all wrong, and that's the worst part. Nobody really has a point in any of this, in my personal opinion. They can act like they do, and they can say whatever they want to say about their belief, but chances are they're wrong. Anyways, guys, I love you. Feel the love. I mean it. Feel the love. Feel the flow. Until next time, I will see you again.